How many times can you revisit the same thing? That question doesn't seem to bother director Macon Blair, who has decided to reimagine a cult classic. At first glance, you might be saying, what the hell? But let's be honest, if you've been missing a superhero with venomous skin and an undeniable sense of humor in your life, then this movie is your long-awaited dream. And yes, we have Peter Dinklage as such a hero. What could possibly go wrong? The main character of the movie, Winston Goouz, starts off as an ordinary chemical plant worker. His life was gray and bleak as a cleaner, but as it often happens in such cases, a fall into a vat of chemical waste changes everything. And here we have Toxie, a superhero with poisonous skin who decides that he certainly doesn't intend to die. After all, mutations are like a choice between continue to exist and start being a superhero. The plot of the film touches on the environmental theme, and here comes a moment of revisiting a favorite story. However, as with the superhero, the plot isn't going to die either, and that's pretty great. In fact, the movie warns us about what is happening to the environment and what dire consequences it can have. The environmental problem becomes so serious that even Toxic decides to become an environmentalist. Peter Dinklage himself, who played Goouz, is simply superb. He transports us into the world of superheroes with such ease that it seems as if he has always been one. His character bears his poisonous skin with such pride that even Freddy Krueger would envy the look. Dinklage masterfully conveys the sadness and tragedy of his character, and it adds depth to Toxie's image. After all, being a superhero is not only fun, but also dangerous for your closet. One important difference between this remake and the original is that Dinklage voices both versions of his character. This creates an interesting contrast between his appearance and inner world, which reminds us that there is a real person behind the mutant. Elephant Man may not look much like a normal person, but that doesn't stop us from empathizing with his plight. It's as if two personalities are fighting inside him, one for ecology, the other for justice. As for the visual effects, they are grotesque and insanely funny. Winston transforms into a creature that would make Freddy Krueger turn pale. His skin takes on hues that are definitely not found in nature's palette, and his eye frequently falls out of his eye socket and his blood turns blue. It's like a colorful brushstroke in the world of visual effects. Mutations like this would be perfect to be on the cover of Fashion Mutations magazine. As for humor, the movie Toxic Avenger does not leave the audience indifferent. Jokes and witticisms fly across the screen so often that sometimes it feels like a comedy. The chaotic townspeople, reminiscent of the strange creatures from Beau Fear, create an atmosphere of heightened reality that is surprisingly funny in this mutant world. Honestly, every day in this town is like a day off from the circus. Overall, The Toxic Avenger. It's not a movie for everyone, but it doesn't strive to be. The movie stays true to the spirit of its source material and may even make it more popular with new generations. To summarize, if you're looking for a dose of mutant fun with great acting and a topical message, The Toxic Avenger is your choice. Well, if you're not, it's probably not your cup of toxic tea.